Good evening, you're watching 7 at 7, the only news bulletin where we curate the day's top 7 stories for our viewers. Right before I take you to the headlines, I want to quickly get our viewers up to speed, where at least numerically, where India stands with its fight against COVID-19. Let's quickly take you through the numbers, and this is what it looks like. Well, overall total numbers right now stand at 79,90,322. We've seen till now 1,20,010 deaths. Let's break it down state-wise. Maharashtra continues to dominate with a total import of 16,54,028 and 43,463 deaths. Maharashtra till now accounts for 1/3 of the total death toll nationally. Andhra is at the second position with a total death toll of 6,625 and positive caseload of 8,11,825. Karnataka is at the third position, very close in terms of the total positive caseload of 8,09,638 and 10,991 deaths till now. This is what it looks like in terms of numerically where India stands with its fight against COVID-19. This number was recorded just about half hour ago. Let me now. All right, so phase 1 of polling in Bihar has come to an end just about a couple of minutes ago. It was extended due to COVID. 71 constituencies spread over 16 districts went to polls today with more than 2 crore voters that have sealed the fate of over 1,000 candidates. Nitish Kumar, who is eyeing a record 4th term as Chief Minister, kept a keen eye as fate of 6 cabinet ministers have also been locked. As these elections are being conducted amidst a raging pandemic, voters were seen adhering to COVID protocols. However, there were many exceptions where COVID norms and protocol was completely cast aside. All right, let's quickly cut across to all the reports filed by my colleagues on ground.
The pictures at this polling booth, what we are showing, is extremely scary because you can see male or female, everyone is literally sticking to each other and standing in the queue to cast their mandate. And this is very, very dangerous because 2 gaj ki duri, social distancing is extremely important because this is a first big election which is taking place during a pandemic. Election Commission has given a huge set of guidelines to be followed, but absolutely on the ground we are seeing that a massive violation of the Election Commission guidelines taking place here, and voters are coming out in large numbers to cast their mandate, but the manner in which they are lining up outside the polling booth, violating all the protocols of the pandemic, is extremely scary. And that is why medical experts are also apprehensive that once the Bihar election is over, there is a possibility that there could be a COVID explosion that could take place in the state. With camera person Deepak Kumar, this is Rohit Singh in Jamui for India Today.
मैं बिहार के लोगों से बस इतना ही कहना चाहता हूं कि अपने मत का प्रयोग करें और एक बदलाव के लिए अपना मतदान दें। करोड़ों की संख्या में, लाखों की संख्या में फर्स्ट टाइम जो वोटर्स हैं, उनसे मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि अपने वर्तमान को देखते हुए और भविष्य के सुनहरा भविष्य को देखने के लिए आप लोग जो है मत का प्रयोग करें।
उम्मीद ही नहीं, विश्वास हो रही है। विश्वास मेरा पहले चरण में गए हुए हर सीटों पर प्रचार किसे मिलता है। लोक जनशक्ति पार्टी की अगर बात करूं तो हम लोग के 42 प्रत्याशी मैदान में हैं और अधिकांश उसमें से जीत रहे हैं। जो हम लोग को अभी पिछले 2-3 घंटे से जो हम लोग फीडबैक ले रहे हैं सुबह जब से मतदान शुरू हुआ है, तो लोगों में जो उत्साह दिख रहा है, लोगों में जो एक बदलाव के प्रति जो उनका संकल्प दिख रहा है, ये मेरे प्रत्याशियों की जीत को और ज्यादा सुनिश्चित करता है और पूरा विश्वास है कि अगली सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेतृत्व में भाजपा लोजपा की हम लोग बना रहे हैं।
All right, so polling's just about ended. The exact polling percentage we're going to get in just a short while from now. But out of those 70 seats, I'm going to quickly take you through the seats that will count, which could possibly really matter. The trickiest seats there. Let's take you through that count. Till now, the trickiest seats are 11 seats. The victory margin was less than 5,000 in 2015. 3 of these seats had victory margins of less than 1,000. We're giving out the seats there. Ara, Bhabua, Dinara, Tarari, Dehri, Chainpur, Sher Ghati, Rajauli, Munger, Jamalpur and Banka. These are the 11 seats of the 71 which went to polls today, which could pretty much hold the key. They are tricky seats. The margin has been very, very little in terms of who won last time, and this 11 seats could go either ways. All right, so this is what it looks like, but the battleground is pretty much set. And today, for the first time, the Prime Minister, who was on his second round of campaigning for the second phase, tore into Tejashwi Yadav, the challenger, for the first time, mind you. Addressing rallies in Darbhanga, Muzaffarpur and Patna, Prime Minister Modi listed all the developmental work that was done. He launched a scathing attack on Tejashwi Yadav, referring him to as Yuvraj of Jangal Raj. He urged public to defeat Mahagathbandhan, which embezzled funds meant for developmental schemes. The Prime Minister shared the stage with Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, hailed Bihar government, saying that NDA is needed for Bihar's health.
ये जंगल राज के युवराज से बिहार की जनता पुराना ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड के आधार पर और क्या अपेक्षा कर सकती है। जंगल राज की परंपरा में सब कुछ सीखने वाले लोगों को मुझसे ज्यादा अच्छी तरह बिहार की जनता जानती है।
All right, so for the second phase, even Rahul Gandhi came into Bihar for campaigning. He also held 3 rallies, one of them jointly with Tejashwi. He also tore in to the incumbent government of Bihar, Narendra Modi, and even Nitish Kumar. While speaking at a rally in Valmiki Nagar, Rahul attacked the NDA over the migrant crisis, asked why Prime Minister had stopped talking about creating employment opportunities, adding that the middle class and the lower middle class suffered the most with note ban and lockdown. BJP, meanwhile, is likely to approach the Election Commission against Rahul Gandhi's tweet seeking votes for Mahagathbandhan. They claim the tweet violated the silent period during which seeking votes for one's party is prohibited.
चाहे वो कुछ भी कर ले, बिहार के किसान को अपनी मेहनत के लिए, अपने खून पसीने के लिए सही दाम नहीं मिल सकता। और इसीलिए ये जो आज युवाएं हैं, इन सबको अपने प्यारे प्रदेश को छोड़ना पड़ा। ये मुंबई जाते हैं, बेंगलोर जाते हैं, दिल्ली जाते हैं, ये खुशी से नहीं जाते हैं। ये इसलिए जाते हैं क्योंकि बिहार को नष्ट कर दिया गया। आप याद रखिए,
राहुल गांधी की राजनीतिक औकात शायद अब इतनी भी नहीं बची है कि वो रोज कुछ न कुछ उल्लू बोलते हैं तो कोई उनका पुतला जलाने की भी जरूरत नहीं समझता है कि लोग उनको गंभीरता से नहीं लेते हैं।
All right, let's cut across to the developing story right now from Faridabad, Ballabgarh, where yesterday a young girl, all of 21 years, Nikita Tomar, was shot in the head by a stalker. Her parents have called it a case of love jihad. Now, an SIT led by ACP Crime, Anil Kumar, quizzed Nikita's family about the murder, accused Tausif and Rehan. The family was asked about its 2018 FIR against Tausif for kidnapping Nikita. The team is also probing a possible love jihad angle in the case. Haryana Home Minister Anil Vij has now promised to probe that Congress, in fact, tried to influence the 2018 probe and force the family to compromise. Killer Tausif is a cousin of sitting Congress MLA from Haryana's New Aftab Ahmed. His grandfather is also a former Congress MLA. India Today's Munish Pandey spoke to Vikrant, a friend of Nikita, who took her on his bike to the hospital after she was shot. He also witnessed the shocking shootout.
देखिए, हमारे एसीपी साहब आपके साथ खड़े हैं, मेरे साथ खड़े हैं, और जहाँ तक तफ्तीश की बात है, जैसे ही मामला हमारे संज्ञान में आया, इमीडिएटली हम एक्टिव हो गए थे। हमने 5 घंटों के अंदर आरोपितों को राउंड अप कर लिया। जो कार थी वो भी बरामद की जा चुकी है, और इस जिस स्पीड से इसमें इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रही थी उसी स्पीड से चलेगी। अब जो मैं करूँगी वो ऑल द लैप्सेस शैल बी रेक्टिफाइड अपॉन स्टडी एंड आई like I said, I've said a million times, I will look after this personally.
The students of Agrawal College in Ballabgarh of Faridabad are protesting against the killing of Nikita Tomar, who was a student of the same college. On Monday, when she left this college after exam, she was killed right here where I am standing. Now the students have come out outside the college and they are protesting against the killing of Nikita Tomar. They are asking and demanding from the police that the matter should be expedited and the justice should be done. I would like to go across some of the students. ये बताइए क्या डिमांड है आप लोगों का?
सर हमारी डिमांड है हमारी बहन का हमें हक मिलना चाहिए। हक नहीं हमें गोली का हक, हमें गोली से ही चाहिए। हमें ये नहीं होता। आज एक लड़की के साथ हुआ है, कल दूसरी के भी साथ होगा। हम चाहते हैं एनकाउंटर पे उन दोनों को मारा जाए गोली से।
ये बताइए पुलिस ने तो सबको अरेस्ट कर लिया, क्या चाहते हैं?
सर अरेस्ट करने से क्या है, उसकी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है, उसका फैमिली है पूरी, एमएलए मंत्री सब कुछ उसका है, अच्छा पैसा है उसके पास। ये बेचारे क्या लड़ेंगे उसके सामने, कैसे उनके साथ? ये तो भाई वो ये मिडिल क्लास है, इनके पास बेचारों के पास पैसे नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है इनके पास। कौन सपोर्ट करेगा? अरे राहुल गांधी जी कहे हैं जो अभी तक हाथरस तो 10 बार पहुंच गए, पर यहाँ तो अभी तक नहीं आए। यहाँ तो कांग्रेस का नेता नहीं आया इनका, उनके बार एक बार परिवार से मिला नहीं कि आपका कैसी हालत है, क्या है क्या नहीं।
They are demanding that the way Nikita was killed by the accused Tausif, the same way police should kill Tausif, the main accused in the case. It is something which is unreasonable, but the anger of the students should have to be understood, because what they are saying is that even after the college administration was aware that there is an examination going, which is being conducted in the college, there was no police presence outside the college. And if something has happened with Nikita, tomorrow it might happen with any woman student. With camera person Shakil, this is Munish Pandey in Faridabad for India Today.
सर निकिता अपनी जैसा मैंने देखा था फ्रेंडों के साथ बात कर रही थी, अचानक ही धक्का मुक्की होने लगी। वो दो युवक थे अपनी गाड़ी में बैठाने लगे निकिता को, जैसे उसने मना करा वो भागने लगी तो उसने गोली मार दिया उसको और भाग गए हैं तुरंत। हमको वहाँ पता पड़ी कि गोली लगी है किसी को, तो हम अचानक भाग के आए हैं सारे दोस्त। फिर मैंने और मेरे दोस्त ने अपनी बाइक पे बैठाया निकिता को और उसको मानवता हॉस्पिटल लेके गए थे। जब तक वो मेरे साथ थी, जब तक वो जिंदा थी, मतलब अस्पताल में पहुंचने के बाद भी वो जिंदा थी। जैसे बताया गया कि उसकी पहले मौत हो गई थी, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है। अस्पताल तक वो जिंदा थी और सांस ले रही थी, दर्द से करा रही थी, वो चीख रही थी।
कुछ बोला रास्ते में, उसने बोलने की स्थिति में थी, वो खून बह रहा था,
बोल नहीं पा रही थी दर्द की वजह से, क्योंकि शोल्डर पे उसकी गोली लगी थी, इस वजह से घाव गहरा था। और वो जब गोली लगी थी अपनी बंदूक भी यहीं पे भूल गए थे, वो जल्दबाजी की कट्टे से फायर किया था तो कट्टा भी यहीं पे भूल गए थे।
All right, let's move on right now to Jammu and Kashmir. The NIA has cracked down heavily. It's busted various modules of terror funding. The latest in terms of many suspects in Jammu and Kashmir have been taken in connection with funding of terror. NIA conducted raids at 10 locations in Jammu and Kashmir, another in Bengaluru as well. Among the 10 Jammu and Kashmir spots, 9 are in Srinagar, while another is in Bandipora. Khurram Parvez, a prominent rights activist, and journalist Parvez Bukhari were among the people and NGOs raided by the NIA. Bengaluru-based associate Swati Seshadri was raided too. NIA, in its statement, revealed that raids were based on credible inputs of terror funding. NIA said money came through Hawala channels from terror parts of the country abroad to fund terror activities in Jammu and Kashmir.
The CBI or NIA are independent bodies and they don't take cues from me. But having said that, I have the conviction to say that if they are saying so, they are being guided by the mindset of the UPA, because they might have been using this or misusing these agencies and they feel that the BJP will also do so. But the Modi government does not believe in that. So they are actually assuming that what is happening today is a part of the practice that they had carried on when they were in the ruling.
India's fight against terror has found a new meaning with the swooping in of certain newspaper offices, certain human rights organizations and NGOs by National Investigating Agency today. And it's a travesty of, we could say, time and place, that terror funding organizations are operating from the Indian soil unabatedly. And this is first time that the added confidence and the added exuberance of the security forces as well as the terror control organizations post 5th of August 2019 that this body blow has been delivered, virtually impairing the backbone of militancy in Kashmir.
Welcome back. You're watching our fact check segment on 7 at 7, where we bust certain myths floating about masquerading to be facts on social media and WhatsApp groups. Now, there is a picture which seems to suggest that the French president was thrown eggs on his comment on Islam. The fact check on that, it's untrue. This picture is from 2017. There were no eggs thrown on the French president. With that, it's a wrap on 7 at 7. Stay tuned. Up next is To The Point. Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.